Hey, hello, people of.
No, go.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing it.
Yeah, we are doing it. Why? Because I'm down here in Pensacola, Florida. That's just what we do. Pop-up podcast. Popped up on one of the biggest influencers. And I have to say that because he has over 1,000 people on YouTube and started very... No, did I start mine before you did?
I don't know. I started my show March.
Yeah, I started mine in about November of last year.
So
November, March, 1,000 people, 100 people.
Yeah, but I kind of cheated because I do music and that's what people know me for. So like they kind of went over there for that, and then they got bamboozled into following my shitty YouTube channel.
Hey, that's not what happened. Because you're cool as hell.
I appreciate it.
That's what it is. Promise Mangum, Pop-Up Podcast, down here in Pensacola, Florida. Hey, if you don't know this man, grind, hustle. 15 years, about 15 years of knowing each other too.
Yeah.
Down that UWF. Stand up, University of West Florida, because y'all are the national champions.
We are the national champions.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Division 2.
I
don't even know who we beat.
I think it was Minnesota State.
Something like that.
It was somewhere like that. Anyway, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Let everybody know who you are, though. Let everybody out there on my podcast, let them know who you are.
Yeah, my name is BigLo. I'm a rapper, I'm a producer. Guess I'm a vlogger now too. I'm a father and a family person. I have other businesses outside of music because there's no money in music, and that's who I am. And then I have one of the smoothest handshakes on earth. Y'all just saw that, just so you know.
Like butter.
Yeah, like butter.
Like butter. Man, let's get into it. We down here. There's no games. How did you start off?
How did I start off?
How did you start off? Let everybody know
how. Started off doing what?
There you go.
I started off like writing, I guess, in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never really took it serious. And then in my dorm room at UWF in 2003 and 4, me and a bunch of friends, we just started putting out like mixtapes and doing like house parties and stuff like that. And then Hurricane Ivan hit and destroyed all my stuff. And I moved back to Tallahassee where like my mother and like a lot of my close friends lived, and started taking it a little bit more serious. And then I moved back to Pensacola in 2008, 9-ish, chasing pussy, and that relationship didn't work out, but we kind of like got the hip hop scene here going. And then probably about 6 or 7 years ago, my guy Nicholas Oliver from Massachusetts got me like the first opportunity to tour like officially, and I've been able to like build on that. And now I've been to like 30 states and all over Canada, and just getting around and shaking hands and kissing babies and just working hard and all that kind of stuff.
It's very modest of how he's saying it, but when I mean he was out here grinding, he was doing it. I was at the beginning.
Yeah, you were.
I was out there in Tallahassee shooting the first music video.
Yeah,
I was out.
My first two. You shot my first
two.
Yeah,
that's right.
Down on Tower Road.
Hey,
out there in the sticks.
Yo, this ain't no joke. Like when I mean to see the growth that he has gone through, that he has done, it's like it's surreal almost, because I think he's on now. Do you feel like that right now?
No, I always feel like I'm not working hard enough, and now having a child, like the goals have gotten even bigger. Like I want to create like generational wealth for her, so she doesn't have to grow up the way I grew up, and things of that nature. I guess you start to look at things a little bit differently and look at the bigger picture and look outside yourself, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So, no, I feel like I could always do more. I know, like, coming into 2020, I'm releasing a new project called Space Boy, and that's probably going to be I think it's my best album to date. And I have a goal to tour. It's gonna be called This Ain't My Home, the Never Ending Tour, and I have a goal to play 100 shows this year in 2020. Switching up the vlog from a weekly thing to a bi-weekly thing because editing takes forever.
I don't think anybody really understood that.
No,
like
nobody understands that.
Nobody really understands. Like, okay, yeah, edit, yeah. I need my video by 7 p.m. What's up?
Yeah. I really took you guys for granted, like you and shout out to my man Sean Ubui here locally who does my video work here in Pensacola.
Mm-hmm.
I really took all that stuff for granted until I started doing my own vlog and realizing like how much time it goes into it, like, and not just the editing part, but like rendering and uploading to YouTube. It takes hours and hours and hours. It sucks, honestly. But it's cool. It's rewarding. I know, like, with my stuff, I have, like, a lot of, like, tips for, like, touring and indie artists and, like, interviews with, like, a lot of friends I've made along the way. Kind of like we're doing right now. It's kind of like just hitting up homeboys like, yo, you want to be on my show? And using that, it's been rewarding and seeing that people are actually digging it, you know, and being that I have a family, it's kind of hard for me, like, financially give back. Like, I don't have a label or anything like that, but I feel like I can impart some of the knowledge and, like, the mistakes that I've made and, like, stuff that I've learned along the way to people, I think people see your grind, so you don't necessarily have to have a label or whatever. It's like, we see you're out here doing it. Yeah. And you're consistently doing it. You're consistently still doing music. You're consistently still doing these shows. You're consistently still doing the vlogs. You're consistent, so people can gravitate and hold on to that. So to get that give back thing, you're doing it. Yeah, I mean, I believe so. I mean, it's weird because I don't feel that way about it. I don't know. It's just kind of like when that's all you know how to do. You kind of. It's like if somebody's a plumber and they're a plumber by trade, they're gonna be a plumber for 30 years until they retire and their back hurts and shit. And I'm an artist by trade. That's what I do. So I don't really plan on quitting, and I just treat it like my job. Gotcha. I guess, what you do as a business person and an individual. I do know that, like, my family's supportive, and I sacrifice like they sacrifice time with me, and I work. I get up at like 4:00 every morning, and it's an all day thing. What's your routine? If you don't mind me asking. No, you're good. Usually I get up about 4:00. I make a pot of coffee. Smoke a cigarette. Trying to quit. It's a fucking filthy habit. Excuse my language. It's a filthy habit. Weakness. Yeah. Weakness. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to quit the cigarettes, but usually it's like coffee and a cigarette in the morning. I do financial work, so I get some of that stuff done. And then it depends on what's on the plate. If I'm editing a vlog, I'll spend a few hours on that. If I'm working on beats, I'll spend a few hours with those. Sure. Throughout the day, I'll bug everybody about show dates that I got coming up. Trying to get stuff confirmed because I try to plan, as far in advance as possible so I can make travel arrangements and all that kind of stuff. And then there's just so much that goes on with the operation, like dealing with merchandise, dealing with manufacturers, dealing with graphic artists, dealing with promoters, dealing with booking agents. There's so many people you got to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and independent. Yeah, independent. You keep all the money. Yeah, but you got to put out that time. Exactly. Like. It's a lot because I'm sitting here looking at you and you're just kind of like, I know you're thinking about other stuff right now, and you said, "Yo, promise, come through real quick. It's all good." But I know how it is, especially if you're an independent type person like me. I know I got 2 other things I gotta do. We're trying to get you up to North Carolina. Yeah, we're trying to get you up there. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But as you were saying, like trying to get these tour dates stuff going. Doing all these things, and it's like your mind's a million different places, but you still have that focus. Yeah, to keep going. And I'm not thinking about other things right now. I'm thinking about the vlog being on Pop-Up Podcast. Like, yeah, no, you're good. No, honestly, I guess, and just going through like labeling off like what a typical day is and all the people I deal with, kind of put it in perspective, because I never really think about it itemized that way. Like I don't keep like a notepad, or I don't have like a chalkboard in here with a list of things to do. I probably should, but I'm completely ADHD and scatterbrained, and I just I kind of don't really keep up with things like that.
But for some reason the consistency is there. So you don't use, and I'm talking about as far as like when you're pushing out on social media and stuff, or you pushing out, stuff, whether it's like flyers or whatever. Going back to the social media thing, so you do not use like Buffer or any of these where you drip out. You can drip out your campaign stuff. That's all comes from you.
Yeah, it all comes from me. I don't. I post on my own. I talk a lot of shit, especially on Twitter.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But one thing I like about controlling my social media, and I know eventually, and probably this year, it's going to become almost impossible for me to do it all myself with social media. But I like talking to all the people who interact with my music and my art, and I like being accessible to them. And I'm super grateful, because I mean, you only got like a finite amount of time in the day. So for somebody to spend a few minutes with one of my songs, or a few minutes with one of my videos, or to play one of my albums, that means they're sacrificing their time to enjoy something that I put my heart into. So I'm super grateful, and I like being able to talk with all my people who support my stuff, and I get satisfaction out of that. And yeah, I don't really consider people fans. Like, it's just, people who believe in what I'm doing. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a new album coming out.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that I know, and you done said this a couple times, that you're like still amazed about, Speargun.
Yeah.
The biggest James Bond influenced, the biggest was this one of your biggest budget, maybe not biggest budget videos, but you had clear vision when it came to this video. I think everybody knew that, because you had a lot of people there. The music was just right. Like, everything was just right. It lined up. And I'm talking about, you had, is it 2,000 views now? 1,000 views?
It's like at 3,000 views.
3,000?
Yeah.
Big thing.
So with Speargun, it's the first single from Spaceboy. Got the next singles coming up next, and it has a clear vision like that as well.
Gotcha.
We're keeping it all. The whole album is like 60s pop culture themed. I'm first generation American and like the child of immigrants, so like a lot of the American stuff I know is all from pop culture and from movies and and TV and stuff like that, which is an awful way to learn, but here we are. Let me see. So like, yeah, the Speargun video, and I guess all my videographers and cinematographers out there appreciate this. I really went in depth, like learning how to write a music video treatment and how to like write what I want to do with a video. And me and Sean, we work really well together. And so I spent a while with the treatment and coming and bringing everything together. Without seeing the video, basically, we took elements from James Bond's Thunderball, and then from Elvis's Blue Hawaii, and like tied those together. And then we used Hunter S. Thompson, who was a famous journalist, the Gonzo journalist from the 60s and 70s, and we used him kind of as the glue to tie the whole thing together into like my own like BigLo thing. And that video is just special. Like, everybody who did like hair and makeup and like family, friends, everybody I've known in the video, I've known for like a decade, and everybody was like willing to help, and like we pulled it together, and it was a lot. It was, I mean, we spent 16 hours shooting that day,
Really?
Yeah. And it started early in the morning, and we worked all day. People were getting like hair and makeup done as we're working on something else, getting all the wardrobe together, but we made sure like a month before the video even we started filming, we made sure we had the like locations checked out. We made sure we had like all the wardrobes and everything ordered. The spear gun, like we had all the props that we needed. We had the whole storyline put together and everything. The song was done, you know, and then when we released it, we released the video as well as the single across like all the streaming platforms at the same time.
Yeah.
So that way, like people would be able to access it no matter how they wanted to. And then it got picked up by a really big blog, Still Crew, which really helped, you know, which is really dope. And like my music alone has started growing like in the lo-fi community and then like the bedroom pop community. I guess I'm kind of a weirdo and they've gravitated towards my shit, so that's dope.
I mean, no. You've been putting out some quality stuff. You've been putting out some, but like I'm telling you, Speargun, it was just like, yo, this is it.
Yeah.
And the video helped a lot, no lie. But I think from, you know, especially the first CD I got from you to now,
yeah,
it's like there's a big shift, a big like it was just so much growth. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking about over 10 years.
Yeah.
12 years of me knowing you, me listening to your music and stuff. It's just like, okay.
I think what happened is as you get older, you become more comfortable in your own skin and you're willing to be your own true self and you're willing to experiment more. Whereas when I was younger and I was first putting out music, like I felt like I needed to be like hardcore rapidy rap guy and fuck the world and all this kind of stuff. And that's not really, I mean, I have that crazy background and past too, but that's not really who I am.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm really like a weirdo who's into like weird pop culture and just happens to be able to rap okay. You know, and then like all of Space Boys produced by myself as well. I was making beats before I was rapping, so
Hey, grind, hustle, determination.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing else to do, man, except make it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why, you know, I see people give people like J. Cole and stuff like that a hard time online and stuff like that. But the truth is, that's like, I love what he's doing. And people like Tech Nine who tour all the time, like that's inspiration for me.
He was in the 90s doing it.
Yeah.
And he's now and still just like, what's up?
You know,
like, owns everything.
Controlling your own destiny, I guess, and being comfortable with who you are. You know, I'm an immigrant kid who is into pop culture, so that's what my music is sounding like. J. Cole grew up in the suburbs up in North Carolina. You know, he's a suburb kid, and he's not trying to like hide behind some sort of facade. You know. No. So, and I think people appreciate that. No,
they are. They do. They do. Like it's nice. It's just a refreshing type take on the music right now. And I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, everything sucks on the radio and stuff like that." And it's like, but you have the ability now to not have to go to the radio.
Yeah.
You can go online and find whoever. You can directly support an artist right now.
Yeah, I personally don't knock the radio. Like,
no, the radio's needed.
Yeah, I have music playing on Shade 45. I have music playing on like college and indie radio all across the country.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, my daughter was leaving.
Like, I mean, if y'all haven't heard his vlog on the indie radio stuff, talking about how great one, great. I mean, gems were just passed down.
And then a lot of it's based on the consumer. Like, you can dictate what your radio station plays to a certain extent. I mean, of course, you got program directors, but like, if you're not listening to radio or you're not calling in and requesting your friend's music to be played, they're not going to know to play it.
Definitely.
You know, so I mean, you can sit and like bitch and gripe on Facebook all day, but I mean, it's not going to really change anything. You know,
like I don't. Can I say this? Should I say this? Okay, I won't say any names, but let's just say we're up there. I was up there in North Carolina because that's where I'm from. There's an artist who wanted to get her music on the radio. It's kind of like 93 down here, 93 BLS.
Word.
So, I'm gonna get my music on the radio, blah, 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 blah. So she DMs just a DJ.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't gonna do. You have to go through the proper channel. They're like, oh, boom, whatever. So she gets all of her friends and her connections to just DM this DJ until he finally broke down and played it.
Okay.
Was that right or wrong? And it's because it's kind of like you're not really going through the radio station. You're not really the man like that. But
I like that. I like the fact that like that's kind of like what I said. Like her friends. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's up, mommy?
Anyway, so we out here. This is what happens when Papa Podcast. Life stuff. He has to handle some business real quick.
They're going grocery shopping, so they're taking my money.
And he has to train hard and rap better so the groceries can be in the house.
Yes.
That's what just happened right there.
That is exactly what just happened.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I like that. I like the fact that like she had her people like hound the DJ until they played their shit. I mean,
like
it might kind of sound like a little tactless, but once you show like, hey, I have a support base and my people want to hear my shit on your radio station, like they're gonna eventually break down and be like, all right, well, we've had 100 people call and request, or we've had 100 people like email me like wanting to hear this record, so we're gonna play it for y'all. What do you think?
Gotcha.
So and we're in consumer-based society. If nobody liked iPhones and nobody was buying them, they wouldn't make them.
No, of course not.
So
that's how it is, man. That's how it is. So do you? What we already got to the future? What next? What are the next steps for you? Like, because we can have a conversation for a minute, but like out of 2020, what's like one big huge thing though that you want to accomplish that may not be in the music?
I have a candy vending company. I would like to have like 100 machines throughout the.
So that's what that bag down there.
Yeah.
Can we show the people this bag?
Oh yeah,
we
got.
I came in the studio. We're in the studio right now.
We got runts and gumballs and stuff all over the place.
What type of what? How did you get into that?
I can't. I like Rick Ross a lot. And he has like the wing stops and stuff like that. I can't afford to like franchise a wing stop, so I was like, "Yo, what can I sell?" And my daughter's always asking me to get like the gumballs whenever we're out.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? A lot of these machines are broke. They're not taken care of. So I did that. And like the first place to let me have one is Moby over there at Moby
That's right.
Cuts. He's one of the first people to ever support me when I moved to Pensacola.
Definitely.
So shout out to him.
He always supports people.
Yeah, he wants to see everybody succeed. You're not going to meet very many people as genuine as him.
Definitely.
And so like I put one at his like barbershop and music studio, Magic Works, and then we put one in his sandwich shop, and then it just kept growing. And now I have like a bunch in Pensacola and then a bunch in Santa Rosa County now too. Like we just put one in Wasabi House the other day. So I have a goal to have like 100 machines throughout both the counties up here.
Yo, wow.
So that's one of the goals for next year. And
wow.
I guess I like the number 100. I want to play 100 shows next year. I've already got 19 dates booked for 2020.
Oh, I know.
And a radio thing up in Atlanta as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and then the Space Boy release, and I just want the music videos to get better. And then I've got enough subscribers, but I like to get my watch time up on my my YouTube channel to become monetized on there. That'd be cool.
The thing that I've noticed, your videos are only 7 to 10 minutes long. So to capture people's time, it ain't like, the Papa Podcast where I go 30 minutes or whatever, and I'm just tired. I don't feel like, okay, well, let me edit this. Let me do. No, I'm just going to throw the whole thing up there, and y'all, whatever. Right. I see that you take a little bit more time to start editing a little bit of stuff, and it condenses down to a nice chunk of, even you can throw it on maybe IGTV or whatever.
Yeah.
So I know that watch time thing, people should be able to digest it, very or consume it, very good or whatever. Not trying to get all your numbers. What's the average watch time for maybe one of your shows? Right
now I think it's hovering around like 5 minutes and 50 seconds. So I'm over that like magic 50% number that the YouTube algorithm likes to see.
Yeah.
But like I said, I know like keeping my videos short like that, it's gonna take me having like before I get that watch time up that high, I'm probably gonna need like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers by then. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But that's another goal. And then releasing Space Boy, and then I do work in the financial area as well, working with stocks and ETFs and on crypto and things of that nature. So I want to keep doing that. Just building wealth for my family, so so nobody has to work as hard as I do.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Let everybody know where they can find you. If they don't know where they can find you, hey, y'all some suckers. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. If you can't get in touch with this man, y'all some suckers. But let everybody know where you at, man.
It's at BigLo Hip Hop on everything. That's BigLoHiphop on Twitter and Instagram. Feel free to slide in my DMs and ask me questions. Don't try to sell me things on your first interaction with me because I'll just ignore you. What else? And then just add TV. BigLo Hip Hop TV is my YouTube channel. And then you can find me on Facebook. But yeah, you're more than welcome to message me anywhere, and I'll definitely get back to you.
Hey, yo, we went down memory lane.
Yeah,
we got to the future of vending, snack machine stuff. We're gonna have 100 shows this year, 100 machines to give goodies and stuff. Look, BigLo, appreciate you, bro.
No, thank you.
Yo.
See that smooth handshake? I'm gonna tell y'all about that.
But look,
y'all see, look,
that you see my knuckles right now. Guess what? It's all that's gone. His handshake right there. Just too smooth.
I pride myself on that. You go to my YouTube channel. They swear on one of the brothers. They're like, Jesus Christ, man, no awkward handshakes for this guy. So yeah, man.
That's how. Hey, yo, we got some more stuff to talk about later on. Promise Mangum Pop-Up Podcast. Hey. 2020, 100. That's it. 2020 equals 100.
Yeah.
Holla y'all later.
Make sure.
Go ahead.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Pop-Up Podcast too.
Is that Promise Mangum? I mean, it's my name. I mean, it's gonna be my name.
And he's one of the hardest working people I know, and he's been involved in multimedia the entire 12, 15 years I've known you. So
that's it, man. I ain't got time to play around. No. I'm trying to get something done.
I know you're doing the beer thing up there, too.
Doing the beer thing. No, I'm going to be doing the beer thing tonight.
Oh, nice. Where are you going?
Okay, so LeBron said that there's another one. I know they have Pensacola Bay Brewing.
Yes.
And then they have another one behind, is it McGuire's? They have another one or somewhere over there.
Yeah, they got a new one.
Yeah, so I'm going to do all three of them tonight.
Oh, nice.
That way I can just a flight, and then that's, 12 shows right there?
Make sure you have a designated driver.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, yeah, definitely. Like I said, LaRon's not drinking tonight, so
good.
Yeah,
good
we're gonna get it going. So. Promise Mangum Pop-Up Podcast. See y'all in a little bit. Peace.